Today we're going to discuss the lore of my OCs, Asmodeus and Xola. So first, it's only right to start with Asmodeus, the main character in my story, for Asmodeus Chapter 1 and soon Asmodeus Chapter 2. He is the recently appointed Grim Reaper. He's goofy and very sarcastic, but when he's angry, he shows no remorse for those who defy the natural laws of the spirit and living realm. His powers involve umbra-kinesis, which is the ability to manipulate darkness and shadows. He is often seen using weapons and portals that he makes with the use of shadows. His shadow portals send him to an illusion of his design, an amalgamation of all of his thoughts and his experiences. When he does this, very little time in real life will pass by, and he can bend his mind to his will. If I were to compare this power to any other anime character, I'd compare it to Itachi Tsukiyomi. Not only can Asmodeus do this, he also carries his death stick with him, instead of a traditional scythe. This stick has a crystallized skull attached to it and helps Asmodeus travel between the living and spirit realm. His last tool is his shadow gum. This gum is made out of the souls who can't be redeemed, and once Asmodeus blows a bubble, the gum turns into a shadow puppet. Just like golems, these shadow puppets do what Asmodeus commands them to do. They're similar to Gotenks' Super Ghost Kamikaze attack, but they don't blow up. Instead, they disappear after completing their mission, like Mr. Meeseeks from Rick and Morty. I've been cultivating Asmodeus' character for a few years now, since 2023, during my junior year at Columbus College of Art and Design. Actually, yeah, that would actually be 2022. Yeah, so since 2022, I've been working on Asmodeus. And he has a sibling named Ramiro. He was the past Grim Reaper, and is the reason why Asmodeus had to jump in and replace him as the Grim Reaper. And you'll get to see him in some other videos. When I originally made Asmodeus, he was modeled after Black Star from Soul Eater, because I liked the way his hair was shaped like a star. And Asmodeus' hair at first was flat, but I didn't want to keep that up for him because of the fact I wanted to make it known that he's in a 3D space and his hair wasn't working out for that. So, I made it a little more lumpy, and in that process, I was like, oh, he might as well just have some wigs, It's like some freeform locks, and a lot of them have wig together. Asmodeus is part of the Reaper class, and you have to wait for one of the Grim Reapers to pass before you can turn into a Grim Reaper yourself. The Reapers are pretty much like immortal until they die. So like what I mean by that is like, say like Master Roshi on Dragon Ball, he lives as long as no one, takes him out. So it's the same way for the Reapers. And by the time the Reapers do get taken out, they no longer exist. And in terms of like the Grim Reaper, they literally stay the Grim Reaper until they pass away and the next person takes up the mantle, which is normally another family member. Now, during Asmodeus Chapter 1, Asmodeus has to find out what disturbance is going on in the spirit realm, because he realizes that someone from the living realm ended up in the spirit realm. So he has to find this person, and by the time he finds them, he has to do what he sees fit while making sure that the person gets to where they need to on time. This person turns out to be Xola, the next person I'll be drawing in this series. And for Xola, she is currently the princess of the elves, a gifted group of individuals who possess light magic. She does not possess as much light magic as her royal family and the rest of her peers, but she soon finds out that she can astral project while she's asleep. She's unaware of the repercussions of leaving her body and often thinks it's just a dream, but soon she'll find out why creatures are often chasing her before she gets back to her body. She knows nothing about the spirit realm and only heard about Grim Reapers and folktales. She doesn't know much about the outside world, but she does know that her parents are hiding something from her. Something malevolent. Xola's a sweet girl, and you won't really find her doing too much around the people who are around her. Like, she's more reserved and soft-spoken. She doesn't like to be around drama, and she doesn't like to see injustice happen to others. She's a pure soul compared to a lot of her counterparts, and she's gonna teach Asmodeus something about moving on and just how to look for the better things in life, considering the survivor's guilt that Asmodeus has right now with his brother. But yeah, in terms of like creating lore for your characters, I always suggest having like a name that like means something. That's how I go about mine. Like, I was looking for different things, and Asmodeus's name is correlated a lot with things like wrath or lust. I decided to go the wrath route because I wanted to have a character with some anger issues and have him learn how to deal with it. As for Xola, her name means stay in peace or to be peaceful, and it comes from a language in South Africa. I believe it's pronounced Xhosa, Ghosa. I hope I pronounced that right. But yeah, that helped me make these characters. It gave me some more breathing room in order to actually cultivate some type of story for them. And I also found powers to give them, and the rest has been history. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'll see y'all next time.